go to the next entry. Okay, we were on the 20. Okay, so this is the previous day high, previous day low of the 23rd. So we're gonna look for entries on the 24th. So actually, no, let's scale out a little bit and look at something very important. So imagine that none of this had happened yet. What would you have thought here? You know, I would have thought that, okay, we still have a little bit more space to come up to this trend line, which is what happened here before we fell on that day. And so I'm thinking maybe the previous day high is gonna get hit, taken out, which it did. But surprisingly, I believe our entry was actually a sell. Because by the time the previous day high was taken out before New York session, if I remember correctly, when I was backtesting. And so that's why it's important to understand what's happening in the 5-minute structure and which previous day high or low is going to get taken out next. So the previous day high, I would have expected that to get taken out, which means I had a bullish sentiment going in, especially since we kind of reacted off this level where the order block was. And maybe like it could have kept skyrocketing. So I had a bullish sentiment. But because when I scaled in and during the New York session, I saw bearish structure, okay, then like we're golden. We reacted off this trend line and maybe we can keep going down. So what I would do is that, you know, I went into the 5-minute, take myself all the way to the, we're trading on the 24th, I believe. Let's say this is the morning of the 24th. What is going on in my slow PC right now? I just have too many apps open. Let me close a couple apps. Let me close the Excel. PowerPoint. Okay, all right. So should be fast. My computer should be a little bit faster now. Oh, dope. Okay, it's a little faster. Just kidding. Zoom out a little bit. So previous day high, previous day low. Right here. So as you can see, previous day high was already taken out around here. It's taken it out again around here. So, you know, this doesn't mean that we still it doesn't mean that we still couldn't have been bullish going into NY, because if you notice that this was at 7 a.m. before 8:30 a.m., this is at 7 a.m. And so, you know, the daily high was already taken out twice, you know. And if you look at it, this structure right here took out these equal highs, which was the daily high, took it out and fell. This could have been a pullback to mitigate this sponsor candle. This is why it's good to know smart money and OT at the same time. And so equal highs taken out, structure went bearish, pullback into this area that took out these equal highs, then a major sell-off. That's smart money to the textbook T, right? So we saw, so I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, that's hella bearish because we just had some smart money play, right? But I'm not trading smart money right now, I'm trading OTE. You know, and OTE looks like it's been working really well, especially in these coronavirus times, right? And so where could your entry have been? So this looks kind of choppy, may not have entered off of anything in here. But even if I did, oh well, probably wouldn't have though. You come in here, you see this recent high to this low. Unfortunately, it didn't reach the 62 level, so you wouldn't have gotten in, right? So you do the second entry, this high to this low. Hit the 62 level, stops above here. Price fell all the way -1. Probably would have moved our stop losses maybe above this structure right here, right? So that we would still be in profit even if it decides to rise all the way up. But you can see that it never even reached that level above here. So we would have stayed in the trade, scale out some more. We would have reached around the 1.5 level, right? Unfortunately, may have been stopped out around here, but we still would have reached at least a 1 to 4, right? And when we get really close to the -1.5 or the -2, like you can take out partials there. Like you don't have to like hold it until it gets to that exact level. It just all depends, right? So stop loss would have been like 15 pips, somewhere around there. Would have at least caught a nice 1 to 4, at least 1 to 4. Like before we even got stopped out, at least would have got partials at a 1 to 4. I mean, which is, that's, come on, man. Like, that's just crazy. Like, that's absolutely wild. If you risk, let's say you have an FTMO and you're risking 1%, so you're risking like $250 a trade, you just made $1,000 right now, you know? Or let's say, for example, if you have a smaller account, $1,000, you're risking $25 in this trade, you'd have made 25 times 4, $100 real quick. And this isn't a matter of an hour. It's just happening in an hour, right? And this has been happening all week, every day, So to make 100 a day, like, come on, get your new iPhone, Go buy your mom something nice, buy some flowers. You have a girlfriend, take her to dinner or something, Like, come on. It's absolutely wild, the power of the strategy. Even if you get stopped out, maybe I wouldn't have entered from anything in this because, this little retracement right here is kind of ugly. I want something clean like this, clean entries. These are clean entries. So I don't want anything teetering around like this. It doesn't really look that clean. This right here looks very clean, very bullish structure, reacting off of this mitigation play, right? Did I record? Did I record? Oh yeah, I'm recording. Okay, good. Let's check out the day before that. And I think with that, we'll probably stop at the OTE for now. And everyone who's in Billionaire Nation, you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to be doing this all week. So like, even if you didn't learn that much today, like you'll be learning a lot. So let's go. Let's say we just traded on the 24th. Let's say we're trading on the 23rd. Right. Now, on the 22nd, you saw a little bit of a reaction around the level that was very key to us. So I'm assuming we would have had a bullish bias, especially so we would have gotten in on this trading day after this candle was formed, right? Nice sell to buy, which engulfed this entire selling candle, reacted off of this, and we could possibly go back up into this trend line at the very minimum. And so we would have had a very bullish sentiment, and we would have expected price to break above this recent previous day high, right? So zoom into the 5-minute. And go to the day of the 20, wait, what day was that? This is the 23rd, yeah. So we're going to the 23rd, right? On the 23rd, okay. So previous day high, previous day low, right here, right? It is now 24th. The previous day high was already taken out. Oh wait, no, I'm talking. Sorry, my bad. So it is now the 23rd, and so on the 22nd, we had this very bullish candle. This is that bullish candle on the 22nd, right? And so I'm very bullish because we reacted off that level. So on the 23rd, we draw our vertical lines for entries. We need to get an 8:30 entry. 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Zoom in a little bit. Right? Okay. Does anybody want to give a try as to where we would have entered in here? Come on, people, don't be shy, man. Anybody? Where's Amit? I know Amit's here. Amit, unmute yourself, bro. You're on the spotlight.
Yo.
Okay, I'm gonna give you control of the screen. I want you to point out, no wrong answers here. Obviously, there is a wrong answer, but take a whack at it. If you should have the mouse over the screen now.
Can you see my mouse? Wait a sec. Right. Wait, can you see my mouse?
It says waiting for it. I think you need to just click on the screen. I think you need to click on it.
Oh, sick. Okay. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, let me think. So, 8:30. I'm not sure actually.
No, it's okay.
I would guess it would be maybe somewhere like here.
Wait. Click on the screen again.
I'm guessing maybe from. Wait, can I actually control trading view?
Yeah, you can actually go and draw a fib and everything. I believe so. Yeah.
Yo, it's not working. But anyway, can you see the cursor?
Try clicking on it again. Okay.
So you can see like where I'm pointing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I would say from around here, maybe.
So like here.
Like about somewhere there. So from this low to this high, retracement somewhere here, and maybe boom.
Perfect. That's literally it. So that's
It depends. Like I'm thinking, like if this move. Wait, can you see this now? If this move, this extremely like bullish move, from about 7 in the morning, if it came back to about equilibrium, then I guess we can take it because then that counts as structure.
yeah. The rule though is concrete. Like you can't. I mean, personally, I won't be taking off anything else 62. Like that's like ICT says like 62 and 62 period. If it hits 50 and it goes, I mean that's too bad. Like
No. What I mean is, you see this massive
yeah.
move up. So like obviously we wouldn't want it to sort of retrace any further down.
Okay.
So I'm guessing if the previous like low, which made this high, was the 50% at least of like this massive move, then we could have taken that trade from here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's
Because we don't want this to retrace any further down, obviously.
absolutely.
So yeah.
So what I meant saying is that like because it came around equilibrium, you can count this as like the last low, right? And
Yeah.
so this is a higher low, and so when you saw a reaction off of that, now create another higher low and then shoot up, then like yeah, that's bullish structure. And so like this is not the clearest, it's not the cleanest, and things like this I would take off like market entry. Like I would watch it. See what I'm saying? Like if it was really bullish, like so let's say if we got something like this, right? So if I drew it, an entry I really would have liked is something like this, right? And enter here because this high broke this high, right? Sorry, it broke this high, right? And so on a shorter time frame, so that would have been really short-term bullishness that would have confirmed that thing, which is what we saw I think the day before on the sellish volume, something like that. We had like really clear sell volume, right? But sometimes in the 5-minute price can be very it can rocket, and so you don't want to miss the entry. And so something like this, because this high didn't take out this one, I would have waited and watched. I wouldn't have set a limit. I would have just drawn my fib from this low up to here, right? Maybe just I would just place I would just place a charting buy limit, not an actual one. It's like one on the chart, and then wait to see what price is going to do, right? So when I saw it come in here, come to the 79 and start rejecting, and then this candle started being bullish, I would have entered right here. I'd have been like, yeah, I'm going to take risk, right? Because I'm overall very bullish, right? And I'm seeing a reaction off the 79. I'm like, yeah, that's probably going to keep going up. And so that would have been a full 1 to 6, full 1 to 6. partials here, sorry, partials here, partials here, partials here, here, 3 partials, right? Stops would have been, I mean, moved all the way up to somewhere in here. Would have moved my stop loss all the way up to somewhere in there, right? But taking out my full entry by here. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, man. It's honestly probably not going to be very clear right now. You can't just I can't just show you this. I can't just show you this 5 times and you get it perfectly right. You have to do back testing on your own. What I just did, that's back testing, right? Except I put it on a PowerPoint and I put it on an Excel sheet, and you know what I'm saying? Like once you can back test on your own and see like what happened when, and like, cause you know, sometimes like you think you understand it, but the market has some more intricate patterns that don't show themselves every day, but may show themselves every other day. And you just need to know what's possible, right? That's why you back test. And so, you know, cause the textbook setup may not always happen. Sometimes you'll see something like what just happened. It wasn't a textbook, you know, structure entry, but because of what I've seen in the past, I've seen things like that happen on a short-term time frame where it looks kind of bearish, but really it's bullish, right? So you just kind of have to back test and see what's possible. Have an overall sentiment and use your best judgment whether to enter or not. And think about it, at the end of the day, like, come on, you're gonna catch at least 2 to 3, 1 to 6s a week, hopefully, if you're really disciplined about it. So you can risk 1%, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be shy, take the entry. You know, and realistically, you're probably not going to trade more than once or twice in a whole 2.5 hour session, because structure is not going to show opportunities like that more than maybe 2 times or 3 times. So if you lose 2%, if you lose twice, okay, tomorrow, go again, 1 to 6, go and get it. Like, you know, that's what you're looking for. So you gotta be a tiger, you gotta be a lion mindset. You cannot let losing. And people who are afraid to lose always lose. And I don't know why that works like that, but if you're afraid to lose, you're gonna lose. Like, you're gonna lose all the time, because psychology won't allow you to enter or stay in trades that are gonna win, right? Because you never know when you're gonna win. So you gotta you gotta risk, but it's gotta fit your rules. It's gotta be within the time zone, and it's gonna be, you know, a 68, at least a 62 retracement on a recent high or recent low in the structure. So. Yeah. Also, another thing I want to point out is you're not really looking for very big structure retracements. You're looking for those really tiny ones, those really tiny, you know, structure that happens within the 5 minute. And so that's how you get really tight stop losses. And the tighter your stop loss, the easier it is for you to achieve your full take profit, or a full 1 to 5, a full 1 to 6. So the tighter the stop loss, the better. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. Those in Billionaire Nation will be going over that pretty much every single morning for 2.5 hours straight. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. I know X, I keep calling you X, my bad, but I actually don't know. I forgot your name.
Yeah, GK, take control of the screen now. Because
Yeah, actually, hold on. Oh yeah, I mean, you also told me something in the chat. It's very important. The guy who showed me this strategy is on YouTube. I don't want to take any credit for his amazing work. He's been trading for about 30 years, and he's been backtesting the strategy for maybe 3 decades now. And he did a whole series on it on YouTube. You type in Inner Circle Trader, go to his last 20 videos. The last 20 videos goes over this even better than I talked about it, much better. But I just want to show you live what I've seen. And he's like a billionaire now, only off forex, because he's been doing things like this, I mean, for years, and so his account has built tremendously. So that would be worth going over. Does anybody have any charts they want me to go over, any currency pairs they want me to look at in terms of smart money or anything like that? If not, then we're just gonna go ahead and end off for the day. Alrighty then. If you guys have any questions you're too shy to ask now, just like send me in a chat or in Telegram or anything. But other than that, Billionaire Nation, let's get it this week. Every morning we will be, meeting. Oh, someone wants me to look at A and B. Okay. 1 second, let me show my screen. A, B, top down analysis. Okay. Yeah. On the weekly, I'm very bearish. Look at structure: high lows, higher. I'm sorry, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, over and over again. So overall, it's a very bearish pair. But what you can see, actually, look at this cheeky wick right here. Come on, smart money. Above this recent, retail level, above this relatively equal highs, you purchase liquidity, and then fall, tank. So, we might be, because we have this order block right here, probably why we're seeing a reaction off that level. But overall, I do think that this currency is going to fall. And I think that, we're gonna at least mitigate this weekly candle that took out these equal lows here. So I think we're bearish. I could be wrong, I'm not a fortune teller. But and also this is not, I can't guarantee you're gonna make money. But I believe that's what's gonna happen. All right, we also had, oh my God. Okay, it's already annotated actually. We have this 3-pin structure right here. Ariel goes over it a lot. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I know that when you see something like this, these 3 consecutive highs, and then you see a sharp sell-off that broke this lower low, or that broke this higher low right here to form a lower low, right? That confirms bearish movement. And so what I'd like to see, I drew it out. These equal highs right here on the daily were already taken out. And so price could fall from here. However, let's check this retracement. Yeah, we also did came into discounted levels, so we could see sharp sell-offs from now on. However, these highs were taken out, or these equal highs were taken out over here. So we could see price come all the way back up into this candle. But there's no clear targets for now. So if anything, I will be waiting for shorter term price action to see if we can get either a buy or a sell. In terms of the short term, this is 1 hour. We have a higher high here compared to this. This is the start. Higher high above here. Higher low, higher high, higher low probably, could be. So we could see price come up all the way into this bullish action. Just depends if you see any smart money moves within here, or within, if you get anything like this, like if price was to, let's say if price dipped a little bit, probably actually, and then break this last high, come back down and mitigate this level, and then go up and head for where we're going to. Something like that could be nice. Something like this could also be nice. Right, you would enter off here. Liquidity was purged by this candle right here. We broke structure again right here. Pull back, rise all the way into that daily level. Depends. You'd have to just wait. I don't see anything pertinent happening right now. So that's my overall bias. I gotta go. Do we have any more last questions? If not, actually, if you have a question, just let me know. Just send me a chat and Telegram. I've got to go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the session, and I'll see you guys next week.